Hi, I'm Mark Van Kempen.
I'm Isaac.
Welcome to our worship service.
Welcome!
My life flows on in endless song, above its lamentation. I hear the reel, the far off hymn that hears a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest round me rolls, I know the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to the rock I'm clinging. Since love prevails in heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they do, the bells of freedom ring. When friends rejoice for far and near, how can I keep from singing? To breeze and sand and to the vine, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing? My life flows on in endless song, above its lamentation. I hear the reel, far off hymn that hears a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing?
Today is a multi-generational service, so it's specifically crafted to appeal to all ages, from the youngest preschooler to the oldest among us. And it will be a little bit shorter than usual. We welcome you to social hour after the service in a Zoom meeting. If you mention to the host there that you are a newcomer, there is a special breakout room for newcomers that will have a staff member with a small orientation and a time to ask questions. My role in the church is the Spiritual Growth and Development Coordinator, so I have a number of children and youth activities that are going on that I wanted to mention. So for children preschool up to 5th grade, there is activities with Reverend Cassandra Hartley every Thursday at 4 p.m. For middle school kids, Sundays at 10:30 a.m., immediately before the service, we have activities and games with 2 of our 7th grade teachers. And for our kids in high school, at 11:30 on Sunday, we meet in Zoom with me and other YRUU advisors. We also have other activities for children and youth, weekly and also to be scheduled. Check the SGD bulletin if you want to know more, or if you want to describe or subscribe to the bulletin, or if you have any other questions, just send an email to sgd@uuaa.org. We are so glad that you are here with us today.
Yonder come days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul, Yonder come day. a breaking, sun is a rising in my soul. Yonder come days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come days are breaking. Sun is rising in my Yonder come days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come a day, days are breaking. The sun is rising in my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Sun is rising in my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. The sun is rising in my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Sun is rising in my soul. Sun is rising in my soul. Sun is rising in my soul. Sun is rising. Sun is rising in my soul. Sun is rising. Sun is rising in my soul. Sun is the sun is the sun. Sun is the sun is rising in my soul.
Good morning and welcome. I'm the Reverend Manish Mishra-Marzetti, serving our community as senior minister. Joining me in our chalice lighting this morning is Dr. Glen Rideout, our director of worship and music. We are in two different locations, and yet in spirit, our hearts are together as one. As we light our chalice, as we hold the flame of possibility and love alive in our hearts. We invite you to light your own chalice at home during this time, and you can also join us in these words which are familiar to many of us, the words of our community's chalice lighting. if you would join me. We light this chalice for the light of truth. We light this chalice for the warmth of love. We light this chalice for the energy of action. We light this chalice for the harmony of peace. If you would continue with me as we say together the words of our community's covenant. The spirit of this church is love, and service is its law. This is our covenant with each other, to dwell together in peace, to search for truth in love, and to help one another. May it be so.
This week we are celebrating Earth Day, and today we're going to be talking about and thinking about what our future might look like, both for ourselves and for the Earth. But it can be a little harder to think about the future right now with so much uncertainty and change going on around us. It can be hard to know what to think or do when so many unexpected things have happened. And so I want to share a story about a little girl who has something happen to her that for her isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just wasn't what she wanted or expected. But she learns some important lessons about herself as she copes with it. It's called When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree. When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree by Jamie L. B. Denahan, illustrated by Lorraine Roca. You were hoping for one of these. But surprise! It's a lemon tree. What should you do when Grandma gives you a lemon tree for your birthday? First of all, act excited. Your face should look like this. Not this, and definitely not this. Next, say something polite. Try, thank you, just what I needed? Keep smiling until Grandma leaves or falls asleep, and do not harm your lemon tree. Don't drop it off a bridge. Tie it to your birthday balloons. Or play Ding Dong Ditch the Lemon Tree. Now listen closely. This is important. Place your lemon tree in a sunny spot. Be careful not to overwater. And prepare for battle against intruders. When winter arrives, keep your lemon tree warm. Then wait. And wait. And wait some more. Once the snow melts, it's time to bring your lemon tree back outside. Well done! Sure, you can decorate your lemon tree, or hide behind it. Come out wherever you are. But you know what's even more fun? Picking lemons! Woohoo! Pick them, slice them, squeeze them. Come on, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze-a-roo! Ta-da! Now you have lemon juice. You didn't think I'd leave you with lemon juice, did you? Of course not. Remember those gifts you were hoping for? It's good you're staying focused. Gather these items. Number 1, lemon juice. Number 2, water. Number 3, a pinch or handful of sugar. Number 4, flashy lemonade stand. Cue a dazzling smile and... Ka-ching! Count your cash and head to the store. Now you can finally buy exactly what you want. Something you can really enjoy. And share with others too.
Today we are going to create together a mandala for the earth. Now in Tibetan Buddhist tradition, monks will sometimes create a very elaborate design, a mandala that represents the harmonious world. And they will create this out of sand, multicolored sand, and they will often meticulously place grain by grain of sand into this beautiful design. And this sometimes will take days of constant work. And when they're done, even though they've created this beautiful image, what they do is sweep it up. They will sweep it away and destroy what they have created. And what this is a reminder that nothing in this world is permanent, that there is a beginning, a middle, and an end to everything in this world. And so today we are going to create, also in community, a Unitarian Universalist version of a mandala. And I'd like you to remember our 7th principle, in which we covenant to affirm and promote respect for the interdependent web of existence, of which we are all a part. And so our mandala that we create will be a blessing to us as we create it, to us as we watch and are present, and it will be a blessing to our world and our surroundings. So we will begin in a sacred space. And we have created a sacred space by being gathered together in worship. And you have done the same right there at home. So if you have gathered the items that you brought together, we're going to start. And we're going to start by placing something in the center of your sacred space. And we start in the center because it's a place of stillness, but also because it's a place that the web grows from, and that reminds us of how we are connected and interdependent. And the circle also reminds us, as it grows, that it becomes more and more inclusive. And as the circle continues, it becomes whole and reminds us of harmony. And so now, as you place the objects that you have, think about how each piece holds possibility, really endless possibilities of what our imagination of a world in harmony could look like. And so, as you're reflecting on that, just continue to create your design from the center out. And if you run out of objects, that's okay. You can use some of mine, or you can simply rearrange the ones that you have into a different design. And now we will continue to create this in some moments of silence with no more talking. So we are done. And like the monks, we will sweep up our mandala. We will destroy this creation. And I ask you to do the same with your design. This will remind us that we can begin again with a new dream. Spirit of love and life and possibility. May we not be discouraged when things end. May we see in these moments potential for healing, for growth, and for renewal. May we be given a creative vision for what the world can be in the not too distant future. Amen.
This Sunday's intergenerational service is a reminder of how we build community not only for one another, for those who are here amidst us now, but also for future generations who will gather together, honoring, learning about, and living into the values that we hold dear and seek to bring alive week after week as we gather. It's in that spirit we want to invite you to give as generously as you may be able to in these times in support of our community, our values, our shared work together, not just only for those who are here with us today, but for future generations that will continue to gather here in Ann Arbor in support of Unitarian Universalism. In particular, as we hold that desire in our hearts of contributing the best that we each may be able to in support of that, I wanted to share a few words of bringing us up to speed related to our church's finances in these times of pandemic. Shifting to an online format has required rapid learning on the part of your staff team, and it's also required the purchase of equipment and software that wasn't budgeted. At the same time, our Sunday collections are significantly lower than they were when we were gathering together in person as a community. We've also had to postpone indefinitely for the time being the annual spring auction of our community, which is a very significant fundraiser that helps us meet our annual operational needs. All of this collectively means that our beloved community, it has some level of financial uncertainty at present, the same as most organizations and entities throughout our country. In that spirit, if you find yourself in a position to be able to contribute and support the ongoing work, the values, the ministries, the aspirations of this community to the best of your ability, we hope that you will. You can contribute electronically using the URL that will be appearing or is appearing on your screen right now. In addition, it may be worth knowing that check donations can also continue during this time directly to the congregation, made out to the congregation and mailed to our church offices. All such donations are being received and deposited. We are very grateful for our community's continued generous support of all that we are seeking to do and be during these times of great need. We invite you to give as generously as you may be able to.
couple of weeks ago, Reverend Manish talked about this global moment using the image of a hurricane that's stuck in place. We don't know when it will move on, and as it hangs overhead, the winds keep whipping around and causing all kinds of problems. He noted that with the storm still raging, we can't yet make sense of what this moment means. That will have to come later. I wonder, though, what we might find if we peek above the clouds and look towards the horizon. Even as the coronavirus has caused all kinds of loss and disruption, there have been signs of hope and possibility, too. How can we build on them? How can we make sure that the world we inhabit on the other side of this pandemic, on the other side of the storm, is healthier, more just, and more sustainable than the one we've been in? Here are just a few of the hopeful possibilities I've been noticing. The need for universal health care has been laid bare. The virus doesn't care whether or not you have insurance. You can get sick or infect someone else no matter who you are. In the wake of so many people losing their jobs as industries shut down, there's the idea of a guaranteed income for basic expenses like rent and food has been garnering more interest. Spain is looking at implementing what's called a universal basic income, and on Easter Sunday, the Pope spoke in favor of it as well. Workers who've historically been given little respect, grocery store clerks, gas station attendants, undocumented farm workers, all of a sudden, people are coming to understand how essential they are for our everyday lives to even be possible. And artists are gaining more respect for their work, too. Because can you imagine trying to go through this quarantine with no books, no movies, no music? With this Wednesday marking the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, it's also fitting that we're seeing some amazing environmental effects as the human world has come to a standstill. Wildlife is returning to places that you might never expect it, like mountain goats running through a village in Wales, birds singing audibly in the center of Paris, and coyotes walking on the Golden Gate Bridge. With so few people out and about, the pollution from cars and planes has decreased drastically. Descartes Labs took satellite data from March 2019 and compared it to data from the same period in March 2020. Traffic and pollution levels have dropped across the US, in New York City, in Chicago, in Detroit. Good job, Detroit. In Denver, in Houston, and in the Los Angeles area. And this isn't just happening in the US. Satellite data over China and Italy show huge reductions in the amount of nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere. On-the-ground photos from Delhi, India, Bangkok, Thailand, and Bogota, Colombia show a stunning contrast in air quality. I'm not trying to suggest that we ignore the real human costs that have come with the pandemic, nor that the climate crisis is suddenly magically solved. But look at what the Earth has been able to do in just a couple of months. The Earth knows how to come back into balance, if only we'd let her. We have an unprecedented opportunity here. This sudden halt in human activity has illuminated just how much we're damaging the planet. It also shows what's possible if we make different choices. Process theology teaches that we co-create this world with the forces that urge us towards the good, however you name them. Maybe we humans can bring ourselves back from the brink after all. Not that it'll be easy. A lot of individuals and institutions are invested in getting back to business as usual, even though business as usual was killing us. Its burdens fell much harder on people in marginalized communities and those living in poverty. Itty-bitty changes in the way we do things just won't be enough. We need to push for changes that are both bold and equitable. The interdependent web of existence has rarely been as obvious as it is right now. Our interconnectedness runs so deep that a tiny little virus was able to spread worldwide in a matter of months. That truth also has the potential to let compassion and a sense of commonality spread worldwide as well. There are people who will try to use this period of disruption for personal gain. But we can use it to dream another world into being for everyone. Amen, and blessed be.
Before we part today, I want to do a simple meditation together, one that involves moving our bodies. And I want to do something that involves movement because often our feelings, like the feelings we might be having about the world and what's going on around us or about the future, they can kind of get stuck or show up in our bodies in different ways. So of course, good feelings can have a good effect, but harder or more challenging feelings can cause pain or tightness or just make it harder for us to let go and move on. And so maybe if you're feeling stressed, you might notice that you're feeling tension in your chest or your heart is racing or your shoulders are raised up and your neck and shoulders are hurting. If you're feeling sad, you might feel tightness in your throat, your stomach might hurt. Feelings can show up in all kinds of different ways. So we're going to do something that involves shaking movements. Any movement, of course, can help let go of our feelings, but in nature, animals often naturally shake when something challenging, scary, hard has happened. Their whole body shakes, and then they're able to just literally shake it off and move on to the next thing. So even just simple shaking movements can sometimes help us as well. We're also animals. So take a moment now to get comfortable. Find either a good space in your room around you right now to stand up if that's possible, or you can do it in your seat if you need to or want to, or you can even lay down on the ground and just listen to the sound of my voice. So when you find your comfortable spot where you want to do this, go ahead and close your eyes if you want and take a deep breath. And bring to mind, think about whatever is hard that you want to let go of, whatever feelings or memories or thoughts you've been having lately that you just want to get rid of, let go of. Bring that to mind right now. And then when you have that in mind, you can open your eyes or keep them closed and start by just raising your arms up, either in front of you or to the side, and just start to shake your hands. We're going to go through the whole body, and as you move each part, just think about letting go, getting rid of all those things that you brought to mind just now. And of course, you will probably feel ridiculous as you do this, and I love you all so much that I'm willing to make myself look ridiculous in front of you. But it does help, so feel free to do each part as long as you want and focus on certain parts if that feels best. But you can start to move when you're ready to your arms. You can move them side by side, front, whatever feels good to you. You can also involve your shoulders and your chest, your stomach, your hips. You can do your head alone if that feels good. You can do one leg, including your toes and feet. The other leg. You can keep going with one part, or you can try to do your whole body all at once. And if you're doing this with friends or family that are in your household, you'll probably make each other laugh, and that's okay. And of course, you can do this as long or as short as you want. But just know that this is something that you can return to again and again. It may help you to let go and feel better in the days and weeks ahead.
Okay, the whole community needs to get involved with this. We need singers and we need percussionists. You can be both, but at least choose one, will you? It goes like this. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Try with me. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Mama and Papa are fighting like snakes. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Baby is a crying like her heart will break. Open the window. Neighbors lock their doors, build fences so high. Can't see what's to discover on the other side. Here we go, percussionists. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Borders round countries and borders round the sky. The only borders that close you are the borders round your mind. Some people have minds, some people have none. But what's the use of money if your heart's gone numb? Let's do it again. Here we go. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, let the dove fly in. This big old world is in a great mess. Open the window, find peace and rest. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Last time. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, let the dove fly in.
As we come to the end of the service, I want to invite you to join in the virtual social hour that'll follow directly after. If you go to UUAA.org/social hour, it'll redirect you to the Zoom meeting where people will gather in smaller groups and just have a chance to talk and socialize. And if you can only stay for a short time, don't worry about it. We'd love to see your face. And if you are a relative newcomer, just let the facilitator know, and they can direct you to a breakout room specifically for folks who are newer and might want to get to know more about the community. As we go into the rest of this week, may we look for signs of hope and possibility within ourselves, with our loved ones, and with our world. Go forth with courage and kindness, my friends, and be a blessing to the world. Amen.